Game number 3 coming up. Last game of the night. Oceanic Prime versus Team FH. You've seen a lot of individual players from Oceanic Prime. This may just be the first time we've casted them for the company of gamers LoL esports scene. So we'll see if they've actually made any changes to their play. Again, we're seeing FH for the third game in a row, but we're doing this for basic change. And there it is, OP versus FH, Oceanic Prime versus FH, which I won't comment on what their actual name is because they haven't actually changed it, come to think of it. They sort of have. They're registering as FH now, that's good enough for me. Anyway, Ban's already going out. No Nasus Renekton, no... the Hecarim is actually going out for FH, surprisingly enough. They don't want to deal with that like they did last game, or the map control. Elise, Ryze, Shen, and Hecarim, first primary bans coming out of the game. And Zac, surprisingly enough, from OP. They don't care about that Nasus. They don't care about the Renekton. So I think we're going to see that play coming out from FH again. There'd be nothing stopping them. The Blitzcrank does go out from FH. Seeing as they are that red team, they need to get those bans out. That's where it happens. SNX Mango actually going straight for that Thresh, and we did say Thresh combination of Leona, of Blitz, and of Nautilus. It's very crazy with that engage. Damn it, I keep forgetting it is something to do with grabbing people and doing stuff. I need to remember that. Death sentence. Yes, that's nothing to do with grabbing people, depending on where you come from in the world. Death sentence. But yeah, Mango is going to be picking up that Thresh, Wongza, and Cull. Yeah, it is going to be that Janna that was banned out before by NS, I believe it was. And they do go for the Nasus. So is the Renekton going to come out? Wait for it, going on his delectable little Tristana. I'm not sure if they're picking that up for a different person actually. I miss VGN. I miss Hee. VGN not playing this week because they do have a couple of players out of MIA. Yes, definitely out of position to play. They're partying. They're having a life. Who and why and when and what? But yeah, wait for it. Does go for the Tristana. We've seen so many effective Tristanas recently because of people taking a note of a refresh on a jump, and people who backdoor in team fights. Isn't that crazy? Getting behind a team fight as opposed to trying to protect the ADC with the rest of your team. As your team distracts them, there's a kill going down for Tristana with the jump in, gets a kill, jumps out, and does the exact same thing a couple of seconds later. So very strong play coming out from Tristana in the last couple of weeks. We'll see if Wait For It can pull it off as well. Dango Teddy does manage to, actually he's just thinking about getting that. I'm sure he should go for that MF for the Kate. He does lock in as the Kate though. And Ariel actually going for the Aurelia as opposed to the Renekton. So he doesn't want to focus on going for the brother combo. He went for the Aurelia instead. Some of the spell covers need to go up. Snowy, why are you so silly? There we go. Some of the spells are no longer available to see until the game goes live. I do apologize for that. Again, my bad. I'm just not having a good night, am I? Not enough sleep for the Snowy. Slater picking up his trademark Diana, and DT does manage to grab himself the Renekton. And sorry, Quill, friend list is full. But thanks for covering the band champions. Everybody just loves you right now, so much. But yeah, DT actually thinking of picking up the Renekton. I would have thought Slater does go for the Diana. He's very, very famous for it at this point. But he has been playing a little bit of her as well, come to think of it. He does like a little bit of Syndra. Very surprised if he lets his Diana slip, though. He loves it. It's got a lot of tankiness to it. He does lock in as this Syndra, though. Looking for that teamfight control and single target burst. It does work very effectively. It gets a lot of AoE stuns off. And SNX Mango going for that Udyr, actually finishing off with the elite member in the mid as a... It's a Xerath. What is going on here? We've got some unusual picks coming out from both of the teams. Both of them pretty highly experienced. We saw FH take away a win today. And Oceanic Prime has always been on. All its players, all its engagers known for their strength, for their skill. Interesting, just looking at teams can initiate. So you've got the Renekton going in with his Slice and Dice and Color Meg. SNX Mango is probably trying to be the focus of attention But if they're dealing with a Nessus, like they're very, very hands-on in their approach to their initiate, and they're dealing with a Nessus. So if Nessus can take enough hits, they've got enough range and enough sustained damage to output more than OP can deal. But that is only if Quill takes the brunt of the damage, and there's that delay time remaining going off now. It is 3 minutes, and there's the summoner spell. So we are going to see Ghost coming out from Mango to get off his best chance, enough speed to get into a fight. It's going to be like it's going to be like Rammus pulling off his Q. That's how fast you get with a best dance and a Ghost. It's just silly. No Ghost coming out from Quill just yet. He still likes getting that flash on Nessus for that early aggression in the lanes. Still going to be jungling him as well. Interesting to see how that goes. But again, very interesting engages coming out from the blue team. From Oceanic. Sorry. It is Oceanic Prime. Yes! Slightly right there. Oceanic Prime. With their initiate, Slater can follow up with it very, very well with his AoE stun. And then, of course, wait for it. If they've had enough focus, wait for it can deal a ton of damage while the rest of FH are focused on Renekton and Udyr. So they've got a good amount of initiate and a good they can have a good amount of focus as well. Although I feel like Oceanic Prime, they don't have that much ranged poke damage. So when they get into a team fight, they don't have the ability to focus down individual targets, except for the use of Thresh. And will potentially Thresh with the grab, and Syndra and Tristana with their pokes as well. But they're still, once they're poking, they're in the thick of things, and I'm not sure how much more effectively they can retaliate to that. We'll see though. Wongza is going for that Janna, and that could really help with disengages. That's going to be very funny to see if Renekton and Udyr jump in there, and then Janna just goes, nope, gonna Monsoon, not going to be enough. Bye-bye. Watching him fly away, it's going to be very fun. Also, if Wait For It gets aggressive with his rocket jump, it's a great tool to really mitigate the damage coming out from Tristana. It doesn't matter where your Monsoon puts that Tristana, anywhere is great. Away from you, behind you, in your turret range, and isolated from teammates. Every position in that bot lane when those engages going down is great. So I wouldn't imagine too much aggression with rocket jump from Tristana early in the game. And of course, Tristana does scale a lot better. She's not that much of an early game champion. She does have burst with that ability power, but a little bit less than CoG, to be honest. But does scale, one of the best scaling ADs in the game. That Xerath is going to be interesting to see if Nessus is going to be enough of a target, and Ariel, to be honest, as well. If they're going to be enough of a target to allow Xerath to get enough ability damage off. Maybe they're going to be able to take away team fights, but it's not entirely clear as we are going to jump up into the loading screen. Boop. Just going to bring up that tasty home screen. This is the last match of the day for points rounds number 3, people. The first LAN tournament coming up next week, as we are moving the Masters from this week to 2 weeks away for a mega tournament combining the 2 Masters. And the first LAN tournament in Auckland, going to be for the Grinders division next week as we expand the ticket sales. It's going to be nuts. We've got some new UI going for that as well. It's going to be absolutely amazing. You guys are going to love it. Am I getting you excited? No, I know. Rune Wars Renekton all the way. All the good stuff. That's why he picked up the Xerath. It's Scorched Earth. Let me just give you guys a little look at this. So pretty. And for some reason it hasn't shown up for you guys. Ooh, there it goes. There it is. Such a tasty Xerath. But Nasus, no skin. Very sad. Very, very sad. Rocket Girl Tristana showing that the rocket jump's gonna try and get aggressive. And none other than Primal Udyr. Who goes for any other skin with that Udyr? Honestly. Primal just so amazing. Again, we've talked about the team fights, the disengages, the engages. It's difficult to call either way. It's about how Janna uses that ultimate, and if Nasus is able to become a target. The rest of it is just if Oceanic Prime can follow up with any of their initiates. I mean, again, disengage from Janna. If that Monsoon is down, they have the perfect engage. And they can probably walk past Nasus, to be honest. If he doesn't scale as well in the jungle as he could do, they can just walk straight past him and do whatever they want to Caitlyn, Aurelia, and Xerath. I mean, Aurelia will be in the thick of it. She's probably looking to be shielded by Janna early in the game. And there is that barrier on Caitlyn as well. And there we go, Xerath finally finishing off the Batoaster. 258. It does look like actually everyone's having quite a lot of lag issues today. That may just be why we've had so many disconnects in the first game. Ah, so sad. Everybody over 200. Sorry, we've just got about 5 players over 200. But that does make the difference. It's the difference between I can play at this lag and I can react faster to the opposing team. Those are the two differences in game. Woohoo! Also fun. Let me just line everything up for you there. Renekton on top lane and then Xerath looking at the mid. Xerath has got good poke up against Syndra, but if she gets close enough to him, he's not looking too healthy. Let me just see what he starts out with. It's sustain coming out. Actually, it's poke sustain coming out from Syndra. Oh, yes, okay, welcome. I get it. I get it. Leave me alone anyway. Somebody did get a disconnect just recently. Blue pings to up. Yeah, it is Elite member again. He is that. He's had a couple of disconnects today. That's quite sad. But yes, sustain coming out from Syndra in the mid lane. Looks like she's going to be trying to poke out Xerath early in the game. Maybe looking at getting boots next to try and escape from his Force Pulse, or is it for? It's something. I'm sure it's Force Pulse. It's something to do with that. We had a Force Pulse go. Let me get this. It is Locust of Power leading into Kato Pulse. It's got Pulse in it. So close with the Arcano Pulse into a Mage Chains. I mean, if you can react quickly enough, which Elite member may not be able to because he does seem to have lag issues, then Mage Chains into an Arcano Pulse deals quite a ton of damage and locks down the enemy. Makes it very, very vulnerable for a second Arcano Pulse. And indeed, when he gets to his ultimate stage, that Arcane Barrage. In a team fight, though, focusing on that Arcane Barrage. Yeah, there's Elite member. There you are. Coming back in, and it does look like OP noted FH is disconnected, and they're going straight for an invade. They think they're going to be faster, but it looks like Quill might be able to sight them before they get in here. Will they be able to make it away? Xerath quite hasn't bought yet, and he isn't part of the game. Quill, what are you doing? You're walking into a danger. Eastern does manage to have his... he does actually have his bear stance on him right now. He focused on getting out the bear. Actually, no, he's sitting normal stance. Never mind me. He did start out Phoenix. That is what you get at the beginning of that. That's normal stance. It's reindeer stance. You jelly on my reindeer stance. Great sight from Wong. So there's the AP burst that people in the chat were talking about before with the Janna. Great ratios, great early game bursts. And Slater getting focused on by Ariel, and the Ignite does go down, but Ariel is pushed out of there with a rocket jump. First ability taken by Wait For It. Great response. That is why you keep abilities to the last second, people. Wait for the right moment so you know that you have the right tool early in the game to do what you need to do, and that was a great protector. If he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have been able to get in there and put the protect down. He would have had to burn a flash if he wanted to, which is I don't know, a flash for trading that first blood, definitely worth it. But then that's a summoner spell wasted, and it would have been a great bait out from Ariel. They just had that sight and that control, and it is going to be a longsword coming out from Dango Titties again. Oh, sorry, now. She did go before for, I think both times she did go for that Doran's Blade. And it was going to be a Doran's Blade start out from Wait For It, of course, who does scale a little bit better. Perfect death sentence onto Wangza, who may just be that first blood. He does get focused down, and the rocket jump from Wait For It again, that perfect ability change. He does get the refresh with that kill. Getting it again, he may just be able to jump on Titty for that last kill. No! He doesn't actually have the mana to pull it off. He doesn't have the mana to pull it off. Never mind me. Are they going to try and get a little aggression on Titties? They are in the perfect position to pushing him completely out of lane. Double kill, I believe, for Wait For It. Yes, coming in already in the game, and maybe Wait For It just going to go back and get a bunch of items. No, sustaining in lane against Dango. Look at those auto attacks, they're nuts. Once he's going to hit level 2 really, really fast, and that's going to be a spike out for that damage. Yes, Witch Rise. Big ow. Indeed, as Wait For It gets those refreshes on the jump. Great ability pick out. Just great. There's another death sentence going to go off. Yes, it is. Grabbing on Dango Chitty as Wait For It goes in. He may just be able to get another kill. He does! 3-0 at 3 minutes into the game. There's a Tristana that you want to be. What is going on? Wait For It just making all the plays, knowing exactly when to go in. And those 2 death sentences from Liam have been amazing. That is apparently why you Thresh. Who needs the Blitz crank? You're definitely right. Thresh is the new Blitz. In goes Mango with that bear stance. Indeed looking Ranger at the moment. Now looking Phoenix. Yes, sexy Phoenix. Trying to focus down Quill in the jungle. He did do a lot of anti-jungling, and it only went red to Quill, considering they did get that initial steal with the blue buff when they went for the invade. I did forget just who that went to. In just a moment, as I do look at it, it did go to SNX Mango. He did manage to get that steal with the blue buff. And his blue buff is still sitting there nice and dandy, so he may be giving that to Slater a little bit later. I didn't actually mean to do that, but that just happened, and it made me feel really bad. Slater, why must your name rhyme? Okay, 3-0 as it stands, and Elite Member still looking very low. Can't blame it on the ping, though. Elite Member hasn't been the deaths going down in the game. But maybe his responses were needed. Maybe that's where he's been falling off. He hasn't been able to respond to his teammates. Who right now, Wait For It, has made it very clear that he's slaughtering outright. DT doing what he does on Renekton, getting very aggressive in that top lane, especially against an Aurelia who cannot take that burst damage early on. She looks for that sustain in the mid game and then scales off of that. Especially well with Ruined King, especially well with tons of damage with the Trinity, which we just do not see enough of anymore. Makes me cry inside. DT's still getting aggressive against Ariel. She really cannot take a hit, and of course he's based on them cooldowns, making it very easy for him to control that lane. There is no more mana left on Ariel. She's been forced to pop everything to control that lane. Despite him sitting 27-30, he's winning that by pure aggression and engage. And Wait For It, sitting 3-0, is managing to keep up in CS as well as Dango Teddy was pushed out of lane a lot recently. FH taking a beating in the last game. Maybe that's why they're feeling a bit shaken at the moment. Death sentence again on Dango. Is it going to be another Wait For It victory? Dango Titties does have the flash, and he does manage to use the flash and the barrier as Quill comes in here. He's going to try and get the slow off. He lands it on Liam. He knows Wait For It has a jump and a flash available, but they weren't able to make anything of it. Dango Titties is forced to be completely defensive. He no longer has any summoner spells. One more death sentence, and that's another end for him. He manages to land it on Wongza this time. Wait For It did not react. In comes Quill again. No sight on these lanes coming out from OP as they go in. There's the slow and Wait For It. He will be able to jump out to safety. I don't know why they're focusing him down. Flash available and Wait For It as well, though. Sorry, on Liam as well. They go in for the flash and the initiate. Wongza's looking very low. That Ignite's going to pick her up. Another for Wait For It. 4-0. He is a gold sink, and he's going to be scaling incredibly as long as Protect the ADC comes down for OP. They have this entire game in the bag. Maybe it's going to be a roaming Wait For It in the middle of the game. It's going to be dangerous. Wait for the roaming, indeed. This is nuts. As soon as Wait For It goes back, he's sitting on 890 gold there, and an easy turret gank. Sorry. And wow, Udyr overstaying his welcome, sitting underneath that turret. Turret dive didn't go quite as well in their favor, going a 1-for-1. It did manage to get Udyr one kill, but taken down by Nasus. Quill does need those kills and very much likes them in that early game to get his ganks out a little bit more efficiently. But he's basically all about that Wither, and already Wait For It and Liam have mitigated that ganking potential. And Elite Member should be great enough to land. I mean, he is having lag issues again, but he may be able to get out the mage chains onto an Arcano Pulse. Is that going to be enough to stop us? Sorry, not Quill. I do mean Slater. I do mean Syndra in that mid lane, going to be negating Quill with her stuns, with her range stuns, come to think of it. That's what I was supposed to say. It's very difficult to gank any lane for Nasus at the moment. There's the aggression in the mid lane as Elite Member flashes in with the ignite for the kill. He went in with a locus of power into Mage Chains and Arcano Pulse straight into his ultimate. And wait for it, just going straight up aggression against Dango now. He's got so much power, double daggers going out early in the game as well. His auto attacks are dealing so much damage. He's got burst with with the Bilgewater Cutlass. And yeah, he's just got pure aggression going into that bot lane. He can push Dango out as much as he wants. Dango now half down, 20 down in the CS. He's getting completely pushed out of his lane with this victory from Wait For It, sitting 4-0-1. What more can you do? Wait For It is going to get a very early Blade of the Ruined King. Probably going to focus on getting out Berserker Screens. Then he's going to have an easy time scaling into a BF sword. And that may just call it. Maybe he's going to look at more attack speed. I wouldn't think so, though. Already you've got abilities on Wait For It. Already you do have the rapid fire on Wait For It. And he's already got a ton of attack speed with the Berserkers and with the Blade of the Ruined King. He doesn't need to scale into any of that, but he may just do, just to show who's boss in those team fights. Having those auto attacks makes the difference. That is how a Tristana scales so well. And DT sitting 61-69. His aggression hasn't actually done overly well. Now that there's cloth armor sitting on Ariel, she's dealing with the punishment a lot better. And he did. DT actually went straight for the giant spell. He didn't go for aggression with the brutalizer. And I'm actually surprised. I thought he would have picked up either a brutalizer or a Doran's. But he's looking to go super tanky, not getting that aggression. And comes Mango, going to be able to get a stun. Oh, he doesn't. Flash goes out from Ariel, protecting her. Maybe a turret dive. Oh, no, the turret dive not going to go. SNX Mango learned his lesson from that bot lane turret dive before. And he knows that an Aurelia, when played super well, can easily dash around an Udyr underneath the turret. We'll be chasing him all day long. Even with the bear stance, that's enough turret damage to get him down. Good call now. Sad that he didn't get it before. 5-2 though in the lanes, and another perfect death sentence. Wongs are pulling out that monsoon, and again, as I told you, it doesn't matter where that monsoon goes off. If it gets Wait For It away from the fight, or if it locks him down underneath their turret, both situations are good. And in that case, he actually moved Wait For It away from him and managed to lock down Liam for a little bit of poke as well, giving that lane that much more. Whoa, that was a very long death sentence. Liam's just landing everything right now. An intense last game, befitting of the last game of the night.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And already at 10 minutes, that bot lane turret going down. The box actually hitting down by Liam. This is slow and away for it. And he doesn't seem to have his rocket jump available. He did have it, he just didn't use it. Maybe it was down just from before, but they are going to be able to pick up a double kill in that lane. Now they've managed to take down Wait For It. That's going to be a lot of gold earned from whoever took that down, which I didn't follow because I'm a horrible person. Indeed I am. I'm pretty sure. Yet both of them did go to Dango Teddy, who is now, I believe, catching up a little. She's still 1k down in gold farm compared to Wait For It, so that's still a huge difference. There's that Blade of the Ruined King, as SNX Mango is just fighting to try and keep this turret afloat. And wow, the rest of SH, they're just taking this full-on aggression. And Mango's still going at it. There's a barrier popped out by Dango. It looks like Mango is going to pick it up, and he may just be able to 1v1 Kui here with his turtle stance. And now that there's no turret available for them, in comes Wangza. He's able to put out the damage. Perfectly placed Gale. Howling Gale manages to protect Quill. Very, very close on that for SNX Mango. Too bad he's a jungler. If he had an ignite, he may have just been able to grab himself a kill. Nearly went for the double, but a 1-for-1 going out. Just too much chasing. Too much chasing. Nasa's almost as dangerous with a Singe, just without the poison. But he's durable enough to survive long enough to wait for a teammate to come. Don't want to play with a Nasus that's running towards something. See, he's not retreating. He's advancing in the other direction. It's exactly what just happened. 6-5 in the game as FH are making their reappearance. And a brilliant ward placement. Just a little bit of an error going down. Whoopsie. Quite not getting in that bush. I had to point that out. Anyway, it is going to be a bloodthirster focused out from Dango Titties, who wants to get off the burst damage. Maybe hoping to scale that into team fights. Would have thought those auto attacks would have done well, as they have a lot of knockups, a lot of slows, a lot of control, a lot of stuns. Aerial, using those minions to get away with the sorry. I keep getting these. Sorry, with the blade surge, and will actually be able to run away back into the turret. Is this next Mango going to go for the dive? It looks like he's pretty confident now. He does manage to make it. He does go for that Spirit of the Ancient Golem and gets quite a lot of... No, in comes Wangza and Quill. They do manage to slow SNX Mango enough to keep him outside of turret range, and DT will be focused down as Aerial survives. Mango, you dog, coming in there with the Monsoon, giving health to Aerial, and down goes Liam. Sorry, Liam actually picking up a kill with Mango in the mid lane. They're looking both very low as Mango does manage to protect out Liam. 3 for 1 already as FH are taking great control. Oh, Liam going in with the flay. Sorry there, with the flay to go in and protect SNX Mango. He's just getting so out of his way. Those turret dives are not going in their favor for OP right now. They had that early game victory, but now FH have come up in kills, and their kills are spread across their team. But it's still great that if anyone is going to be a gold sync on OP, it's going to be Tristana. So as long as they can protect her, those team fights are looking very, very healthy for them, as they've got Renekton and they've got Udyr who are actually tanking up. They're not going full out damage, they're going tanky. So it's going to be protect the ADC and wait for it to pull out all of that damage in the middle of a team fight. How could FH retaliate to this? I mean, now that they've got the kills, now that they've had those turret dives and they've taken control of them, despite losing that bot turret, they managed to grab that mid with aggression against Slater. Elite Member doing so well there. Ooh, stealing blue for a second time of the game. Go Elite Member. Very active in the enemy jungle. Oh, but yeah, FH does have options for attacking Mr. Wait for it there. As long as they get him down, that's the gold sync, and that's the end of their damage output. So they do have Blade Surge coming out on Aerial. They could potentially catch him out with a range from Elite Member. I don't know if Quill will go in there with the slow initially for Wait for it, because of course he does have that jump available. And that's the issue. There's a flash on that Tristana. There's a rocket jump on that Tristana, and there's the ultimate as well. The the Buster Shot, whatever it is. It is, yeah, it is Buster. Wow, I got that right. What am I doing? I was thinking Buster Sword, and I was going, that is wrong. But it is the Buster Shot. I'm very proud of myself. It's these little moments that keep me going. But yeah, the Buster Shot available on Wait for it as well. He's got so many escape tools, and I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. All of what OP have done so far is putting the focus on to Wait for it, and if FH cannot grab him, if he disengages correctly, then FH are in the middle of OP as a team, and they're there just to get stunned out, just to get damaged out. They have to be careful when trying to focus everyone down, and that's what gives Tristana the real edge. That's why it's okay for him to be a gold sync. But if he goes down, it is not okay. Sight is there for OP, and it does look like Dragon's going to get focused down by FH. I think they're going to be able to get it here. Will Rocket Jump actually go out? Oh, Wait for it going in there. And a Dark Passage getting thrown down by Liam. That would have been a really good combo. Not pulling it out just quick enough. But that is something that you can really pull out with a Thresh and a Tristana. Rocket Jump with Tristana to get over, and Dark Passage over on the other side to bring her back. Tactics out the wazoo coming out from OP. Definitely worth it as Syndra is focusing out getting... Ooh, looks like a Rylai's coming out from her. Indeed it is. Having that sustain with the Manamune. Sorry, not with the Manamune. We'll be looking at a Seraphic. Seraph's Embrace. And now going in for aggression against Elite Member. This is the issue with having an Udyr jungle. You need to get that surprise, the element of surprise. We'll wait for it, trying to get super aggressive against Dango. Oh no, the ultimate goes down, and there's a perfect ultimate coming out. Sorry, a perfect Monsoon from Wangza. Absolutely smushing Wait for it against the wall. leading into an ace in a hole from Dango. Great retaliation. Wait for it, just thinks he's so far ahead he can get those kills. But it's enough for Dango to get off his barrier. And then focus on the auto attacks, focus on the burst, focus on the ace in the hole. He did actually go out for, he didn't actually focus on getting out the bloodthirst. He did go straight for that IE. Very good pickup. So he's sort of going hybrid, 80 burst and for that auto attack. Ooh, Ariel forced to flash out of there. I don't think OP can do much to stay in this fight. Actually, the box getting thrown down to DT, and Liam are the focus of attention. DT still very tanky, as you can see, but he's getting poked out. The rest of his team aren't there to back him up, as Mango is focused, and he's actually getting knocked from hold. That Ignite may just be enough to take him down. First one actually going down is going to be that Udyr, and yes, it is going to be OP coming in and finishing off the rest of the fight. Taking out Aurelia and Janna. Oh, what happened just there with the Renekton? That snipe from Elite Member just too strong with the Arcano Pulse. Oh, tried it just again there, trying to get out the Locust, and those snipes from Elite Member doing so well for his team. What is going on? Elite Member thinks he has, thinks he just had that little bit of lag, but it's just not happening. I'm sorry, he's disconnecting, but those snipes. Yeah, they should make a sniper skin for Xerath. Flat out combination of Caitlyn and Xerath. Ultimate Smite champion. Smite? Snipe. Snipe. Oh, words, why do they elude me? Anyway, we are looking at an Aegis out from both junglers, so they're retaliating perfectly well. And it is going to be Blade of the Ruin King coming out first from Ariel. Looks like she is going to be getting a... tons of damage. No. Well, giving it tons of damage. She will be going for that tons of damage. Sorry, Triforce. She will be going for that Triforce a little bit later in the game now that she does have the Phage. And she's looking at pure damage output and then durability later in the game, potentially looking at getting the Sunfire. Ariel now focusing on Liam. DT is there to protect the lane, though. He's so tanky with his Sunfire, and he's got a second Giant Spout there as well. He did pretty well in his lane, but eventually Ariel was able to outfarm him with those Blade Surges and those perfect dives into the turret. Yeah, I know, Veraxel. The articulation not going to work. The articulation. Do not want Mango going for the steal on the rip-off. Who can smite it first? Indeed, I believe that was Quill. Quill Pro Smite. Definitely. There it is. No smite burned out from Udyr. Not fast enough. Sorry, Mango. Maybe another day. Of course, Mango has been stealing his blue buff, so Quill was due for revenge. 10-11 in the game, and both teams are looking pretty damn equal. OP doing so well in the early game, but FH coming in for team fights because of their sniping ability, because of their ability to have range damage output. They're poking a bit more effectively, and they're actually tanking up decently as well. A lot of it though for the team fights has been that OP hasn't been together in team fights. As soon as they are, I'm sure their damage output is going to spike. In they go for the turret dive, and they're able to focus down that Thresh. Liam getting destroyed very early in there. No, that ace in the hole not nearly going to be enough to take down Mango. Udyr is just a little bit too tanky. Oh, the snipe's actually going down, preventing SNX Mango to get away. Indeed, going to be the focus of attention. There is no wait for it in this battle. And Liam taken out in the beginning of the battle as well, so it looks like a free turret for FH. Here is the issue. If OP get together as a team, I think their team fights are going to be quite a lot stronger, as FH have been focusing down the rest of the tanky champions. They've been focusing down DT, they've been focusing down Mango. And in the middle of a team fight, maybe wait for it will be enough to turn the tides of battle. Sitting 6-3. He's got a lot of AD, he's got a lot of attack speed. I'm waiting for those full team fights when they both tank up, when they both team up and really take each other on. But right now, FH taking full advantage of the map awareness they possess, full advantage of the entire terrain, knowing where wait for it is, knowing he cannot respond if they go for that mid engage. They're making it and they're getting it. Wait for is just trying to purely go out for turrets. He's been backdooring the entire game, which is why he hasn't been in fights. And that has, in a way, forced FH out of the fight a little bit. They've gotten rid of Quill. But the rest of their team can pull off enough poke damage to really take down the rest of OP. And they still have Wongster there with this brilliant plays with his ultimate with that Monsoon. But that backdooring from Wait For It gives them a bunch of turrets. They're sitting 3-4 at the moment. They're still waiting on getting that mid. And it's one more turret in favor of FH, purely because they've been teaming up more effectively. With Wait For It backdooring, the rest of FH can roam as a team and take down OP that doesn't have that much damage output outside of Wait For It. And they're going to be able to pick up another Dragon, now sitting 35-32. Not that big of a gold gap. And again, that's why I'm saying teamfights could really change this around for OP.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, Dango going bye-bye. There's the pause going out. Waiting for that. Only been 2 minutes of pause, so I'm happy. It's good. Anyway, as I have said, if those team fights come out, if they're true team fights, maybe OP will be able to take it away. They've had great control. They just haven't had the number of teammates they need to retaliate to FH. And they've got a gold sink. PFF is hogging all the kills. Wait for it, hogging. Sorry, PFF is Passion for Fashion. It's his old Twitch section there. But Wait for it, hogging all the kills. Not really hogging. He is the ADC, but as soon as he gets into fights, that's where the damage is going to be. We're not quite seeing any. Hourglasses, any Guardian Angels coming out just yet. And it looks like Renekton's trying to get himself a Warmogs instead of a Guardians or anything like that. He's been quite the focus of attention. Guardians would work quite well for him, but so would enough sustain with a Warmogs. As Udi is focusing on getting that Aegis, getting the Bulwark. Come to think of it, and there is going to be an IE coming out from Trist. Finishing that off with a Phantom Dancer, and then potentially Last Whisper. Those hard hitters are going to be insane. Come on, pause. I don't like you. I really don't like pauses. Makes me itchy. Itchy for some mole. I have a feeling, yep, Ariel is going to be finishing off that Trinity Force pretty soon. Just needs the Zeal, and that's going to be it. She's been doing well in teamfights to get a lot of damage off on DT and then control teamfights past there with the Blade Surge. Yay! Dango is back! Hands up in the air. A little bit silly, Kelly. Kel and Dignan. How do I even say that? I'm giving it a go. It's not working. Kel and Dignan. Maybe I'm just not reading it right. It's one of those words that combine and make me want to kill myself. No. No suicide on the stream. Call me Kel. Oh, we're so close now, aren't we? Hello, Kel. How you doing? Syndra looking to potentially pick herself up a Rylai's. Giving that slow will give a little bit better initiate for Mango. And, of course, for DT for that initiate as well. Who do I think is the most played or banned champ in this tournament? Seeing as this technically isn't a tournament, it is a championship series spanning the rest of 2013. Actually, surprisingly, it hasn't been Blitz. I would have called that out before. We had a lot of Lulus. I would have said it's probably Jarvan coming into it, actually. And there's FH jumping in for a team fight and taking out the last turret for those outer turrets. You saw it. It's very easy to see. They're going to be moving in. They've got the poke, they've got the sustain, and they have the gold advantage to prove it. But now it is teamfights coming in for OP, and they just can't protect Wait For It enough. Anyway, yes, banned champion, most banned out, I believe, or at least most banned and picked, I believe, is Jarvan, which does surprise me, because he really disrupts teamfights so much with his ultimate, but when combined with certain champions, it really works in his favor, and he's got great jungling potential, he's got consistent ganks, he's got knockups, he's got great damage output, he really has everything, he's got great tankiness and sustain, and yes, it's going to be a Baron coming out from FH. They've got the damage up, but there's nothing that OP can do to retaliate with this. In comes Mango, will he be able to change around the fight? See, they're gonna be coming in one at a time, and OP aren't focusing down Baron enough. They're actually letting OP come in enough. OP have taken this advantage, and they're going to be trying to take out the rest of the Wongza is the focus of attention with Ariel, trying to mitigate the damage with the box. Going down, focusing on him. Out goes the ultimate from Wongza as they focus down SNX Mago, and they've effectively killed Wait For It and pushed the rest of the team out. They're not going to focus on getting out Baron again, though, as Ariel's taking a lot of damage. There's the ace in the hole. Won't be able to take down Liam. Great protection. I think the GG is getting called out. There it is! The win does go to FH. They easily took away that win with Wait For It not getting protected enough. There is the game win. And why do we have so many viewers as soon as the game ends? Cheers, guys. Welcome to the stream. Goodbye. I'm kidding. I'm Snowy Padre. This has been the CoG LoL Esports Points Rounds number 3. And that was the last game between Oceanic Prime and FH. Great control by both teams. But Wait For It becoming a gold sink. And he was focusing a lot on backdooring together with his team. I mean, FH had just great control, and they scaled very well. They were able to split off a lot of their damage. Sorry, they had a lot of split off kills at the beginning of the game. An elite member managed to scale that up by the end of the game, and then they just rolled over the rest of OP by focusing down Wait For It where they could. Wait For It didn't really have the tankiness, and that's, he's ADC. He's not supposed to. But there's just that little issue. Let me just get rid of that chat section there. Oh, silly me. But yeah, congratulations for FH for taking that away. Games you saw tonight: Nulla Secundus versus Team FH, Team FH versus Zero Elo, Oceanic Prime versus FH. It's been an FH Masters day all over the place. A little bit. Yeah, I do answer your questions better than Cameron, but that's because there's not too many of you here. I mean, for Points Rounds number 1, there were 50 people, and I couldn't quite follow it. There were 50 people last week as well for the first game, and it's very difficult to follow. Having just about 20 of you guys on the stream, a lot more interactive. But if you do want to grow the scene, the stream does have to get bigger. You guys everybody keeps on wanting different stream quality levels, and you can't get that without partnership. Working on it for you guys, though. I'll see if I can do that for CoG LoL Esports, because we really need it. You guys deserve that much for continuing to follow, continuing to help out. But thank you for tuning in. Next week is going to be the last online Points Rounds on Monday for the end of the mid-season, and then another 4 to come at during the second half of the year. And also next weekend to come, not this weekend, next weekend is going to be the first LAN tournament up in Auckland. We got some new UI for that for the stream. And we're hopefully going to get together 16 teams to duke it out for a $600 prize pool, and we do have confirmed Riot pricing. So we do have the top 4 positions getting RP, and the top position getting skins as well. So do come in. We're going to have a spectator area with a projector screen as well. MC Internet Cafe. It'll be announced soon on the Barcraft page, so keep an eye on that. Let me just put this on. Thanks for watching, because I love you all. This is the end of everything. I'm sorry, you guys missed just everything. You can go and check out the recording at the very end of this, and I will be putting on a whole bunch of, I will be counting up the video and sticking it in the highlights section and uploading it to YouTube on youtube.com/SnowyPadre, all the places that just have Snowy Padre on it. And let me just read, what have people been saying? Best CoG LoL streamer fair. I'm the only CoG LoL streamer. That's just not funny, Vontel. There's no one else but me. I am working on getting more people, but it's not that easy. Try moderating on 1K chat. If we do get up to 100 viewers, we will have a bunch of moderators on the chat. We've got them planned. Cage is there for one, but he does normally play in VGN. Kel and... Kel. Yeah, I'm supposed to be calling Kel now because I'm so close to you. Oh, geez, I feel sorry for you, Doom. Oh, what happened to Doom? Oh, Doom's been moderating. Doom's the one moderating the 1K chats. Damn. Well, you're free to moderate this one if you're up for the job. I can make you a mod. So keen for it. And cheers for joining in. Oh, and thank you, Glodrick. I still work. My casting today has been a little bit weak because I haven't had that much practice, and I've been focusing on getting the scene together and actually doing uni work. So hopefully I'm going to be able to spend all of this week building the community free tournament for Darker Darker's stream. That's XX Darker Darker XX. Not that kind of X. I know you guys. I know what you're thinking. And also getting CoG LoL Esports sorted out, and probably casting for the what is it? The BCS tournament at the end of this week, as well as doing Bar of Legends. I believe we're going to have our first Bar of Legends this weekend. I have not got the confirmed. The event should be going up sometime tonight or tomorrow night. That'll be amazing. You guys get together in a bar, watch some League of Legends. We'll have some prizes, giveaways, lots of fun. And I'll be hitting it up, so I'll be keeping a tight ship on how everything's going to be run. This is what I do for when I try and create events. I try and make it tight knit and very understandable and very user friendly for everyone. So hopefully a lot of people can enjoy it, but we'll see how it comes down to it. It will be the first Bar of Legends in New Zealand, so who knows how it's going to go. But we do Barcraft NZ. We've been doing it for a couple of years, and it's always been amazing. So I'm hoping to bring the same amount of quality, and I've got all the Barcraft guys to help me as well. See you guys next time. Thanks for joining in. Last points rounds this half season next weekend. Next Monday, and then next weekend is going to be the first LAN tournament up in Auckland for the Grinders division, and weekend after that is going to be the Mega Masters tournament as we combine the two Masters tournaments together, because the first one did coincide with a local tournament series. So we weren't able to put it on that day anymore. It was going to be this weekend, so sorry about that. Anyway, thank you for joining in, and I'll see you guys on Monday, hopefully, or another time, any other time. Maybe I'll start streaming a little bit more this week because I have some free time, but I want to focus on getting the scene perfect. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I'm Snowy Padre. This is Company of Gamers, League of Legends Esports 2013 season, online points rounds number 3. Good night.